As soon as we seen Connor acting the way he was acting on this program about Fireman Ed, we knew that the other half of the graphic was going to come in. You think Fireman Ed was just going to sit there and let some schlub from New England Patriots fan base say what he said? No way. I appreciate them piecing it together. Here's the video they ran for their podcast, which I believe is the NYJF pod, which is New York Jets Fire.
I think fans, I thought, but I'm not positive.
NYJF podcast. This is the video that launched into Fireman Ed coming on the program today. How about Fireman Ed?
Fireman Ed is a fucking sellout. I agree. Sweet. He isn't a real fan of Stolen Valor, and even when he
wasn't he an actual fireman?
I was a New York City firefighter. I worked up in Harlem. It was Engine 69, Ladder 28, and the 16th Battalion, the Harlem Hilton.
I had respect for Fireman Ed up until the point where he retired. Honestly, I had more respect for Fireman Ed because he was still Fireman Ed while they sucked.
You respected me? You were 16 years old. Well, what'd you respect?
So?
You're a Patriot fan. You were 6 years old. They won the Super Bowl. You've been riding it ever since. No more Tommy. No more Tommy.
Don't be a fucking quitter. You have to be there while it sucks.
I never quit anything in my life, but I think I could make you quit. 63 years young. I still got plenty left in the tank. I was doing a jet chant since 1986. I stepped away for 2 years. There was a reason. It had to do with my family. It had to do with some different things. I'm proud that I was able and still am able to get 80,000 people on their feet and rock the Meadowlands.
I think I saw 8 chins on Fireman Ed.
You better come see me. There's 4 chins. You're gonna look a little differently when you see me in person.
You don't want that smoke, Ed. You don't want that smoke.
Hell yeah, Rob Carpenter knows, former NFL wide receiver. We appreciate them coming by, and that video, fantastic.
Very well put together. Whoever did that.
You better come see me.
Hats off.
Is a former firefighter out of Harlem.
That's right.
Fireman Ed.
Yeah!
Woo!
The Pat McAfee Show. I love it. I love it.
Fireman Ed.
Guys, I'm big fans.
Hey, I want to let you know, I'm a big fan of yours. Okay, there's other big fans of yours.
Yep. Wow.
And you have learned of a Patriot fan that's not the biggest fan of yours. But we will get to him momentarily. Let's talk about you. Watching that video of you respond to Connor's disgusting allegations.
Was it?
Yes.
I learned a lot about you. Since 1986, you've been in the Meadowlands leading the Jets chant. It wasn't that wasn't when the JETS chant started, though, right? You just kind of were a part of it and kind of kept it going. Is that an accurate depiction of your run?
Yeah, well, we have the history of the Jet chant that we did for SNY years ago, and it started in Shea Stadium with Larry Mack. Larry Mack was a fireman also up in the South Bronx. He was from my neighborhood. And then when we went over to the stadium, over to the Meadowlands, it went back and forth in the end zones. 301 was Dahn Valenza. God rest his soul. He just died, Dahn.
Rest in peace.
And Donnie Schaefer. Donnie Schaefer was on the other side. He was a New York City police officer. So they used to go back and forth in the end zones. And then me and my brother were in the lower tier. And after a couple of years, we were there in 84. By 86, I said to my brother, I said, I ain't staying here. This is dead. I said, we got to do something. So I started running up and down the aisle. I went on the railing. I go over the railing. I'm hanging from the railing. My older brother grabs me and he goes, pulls me up and goes, get on my shoulders. And I went on the shoulders. And my brother died September 8th this year. So there'd be no Fireman Ed without Frankie.
Well, rest in peace to Frankie, and we appreciate him making that moment even bigger so that we can all enjoy it for so many years since then. You have become synonymous with the New York Jets, and did you know that was going to happen, and did you appreciate that happened? Because anytime you get that, and we experience it all the time, you're going to take it on the shin sometime.
Yep.
And I assume that happened to you as well. What has it been like becoming one of these public faces, especially for a franchise that hasn't been fantastic for a long time?
Well, when you're young, you're just crazy. You're going nuts. And we were doing it because we wanted to make a difference. So we tried to do it in our section. And who knew that years later I wound up becoming a fireman in 87. Next thing you know, I'm wearing the helmet. One of my buddies had it when we were up in Buffalo. This guy, Johnny Cirillo, we used to have the green helmets. So I asked him to let me wear it. and my brother, and then it just took off. Now, you know what? It was always about the Jets and the Jet fans. The Jet fans are suffering. Listen, Pat, I'm honored that I'm able to do the Jet chant and that they listen to me. It's humbling. I'm honored. I never take that for granted. The Jet fans have been suffering a very long time. We're wayward souls. We've been ridiculed. We've been they've been laughing at us, and the fans have stayed true to form. We haven't been in the playoffs in 12 years. We haven't had a home playoff game in 21 years, and we haven't won a world championship in 54 years. This fan base has suffered long enough. We've been in the desert. We've been waiting for the water, and Aaron Rodgers has got the water. Let's go.
Let's go. Out of the darkness with the water into New York, New Jersey. And the Jets fans obviously optimistic for the first time, long time, as you should be. We think it's going to be a fantastic fit. We think you're going to have a lot of success. Could you imagine World Championship? First time, 54 years. You at the Super Bowl.
J-E-T-S, Jets.
What a thing, bro. Yeah, hell yeah. Hell yeah, Ed. Could you imagine that? Over half a century? What a time that was. Yeah, everybody.
J-E-T-S, Jets.
Ed, baby, hey. That's what I'm talking
I
about.
love this fan base. We've been starving. They're hiding in the weeds for
yeah.
years,
Hell yeah.
afraid to wear their stuff. The Jet fans, enjoy the journey. I hope we can win a world championship. I feel we will with Aaron Rodgers. And I hope we all can raise that Lombardi trophy. But first, I want to have home field advantage, and I want to raise that Lamar Hunt trophy in our house.
Yeah.
Because the fan base deserves that.
Hell yeah.
The fan base deserves that. Our fan base has been suffering forever.
Yeah.
And I want to see that for the fan base. And I'm blessed, and I thank God that He gave me an opportunity to be able to do what I do.
Hell yeah. And you do it to a fantastic standard every time. Felt like I was in MetLife Stadium.
It did.
Felt like I was in the Meadowlands there.
Front row.
And, if you were to lift the AFC Championship trophy, the Hunt Trophy, you would have to beat a very, very tough AFC. The AFC is stacked, which kind of sucks for you guys. You guys get the first, really, really good, promising team, and it's maybe the deepest the AFC has ever been. But let alone the entire AFC, let's just talk about the division. Obviously, the Buffalo Bills are still the Buffalo Bills, and Josh Allen is seemingly going to be the best version of himself this season
Ever.
because of how everything's going this offseason for him. Then you talk about Tua. They're making him a helmet and he's doing jujitsu
Got an airbag.
so that he won't, he'll be able to play all season long. So they're going to be good. Then you talk about that team up north.
Hell yeah.
The New England Patriots are still going to exist. They don't have Tom Brady anymore, but their fans still feel as if they're winning the Super Bowl every single year. I think you got.
Where's Tommy?
Yeah, where is Tom?
Where is
Tommy?
Hey,
Where's Tommy?
Hey, hold on, though. There's one man who thinks they're still in the glory days, Fireman Ed, and he said a lot of terrible things about you the other day. Connor, do you have anything to say to the man that is Fireman Ed, firefighter in Harlem? For how many years were you fighting fires over there?
I was over 20 years.
Over 2 decades.
Wow.
Running towards danger.
Wow.
Not away from it, pal.
Honorable.
Going right into the fire.
Honorable.
Over 2 decades. You have anything to say to him after your disrespectful fucking comments, pal?
Yeah, I do have something to say to him, Ed. It's a pleasure. Real fucking pleasure to sit here and listen to you do the JETS chant. I hate it. I hated it before today. I still continue to hate it. I hate it actually even more now that I'm talking to you. And, you said a lot there. Why don't you worry about winning the division, okay? We're talking AFC championships. We're talking Super Bowls. This is what the Bills fans did. Don't be like the Bills fans. The team that actually plays in New York, might I remind you. But with that being said, don't you feel like deep down, underneath everything, that these New York football Jets are going to fuck it up? Don't you feel that just a little bit? And after all this time, after all this promise?
You got the wrong fan. My glass is always half full. Always half full.
Should be.
All right? So, first off, if you want to be the champ, you got to beat the champ. We got to go through Buffalo, and we'll win the division. We got to go up and we got to go to Kansas City. We got to play Kansas City. Well, they're actually coming to us, and we got to beat Kansas City.
Ooh.
The mission: stack the wins, home field throughout the playoffs, and the Jet fans will do the rest.
Hell
The
yeah.
Jet fans will do the rest, and we'll take care of your New England Patriots because we owe you guys big time for a good 20 years.
Yeah.
And we remember the 50 burger, and we remember the celebration.
It's a big burger.
And the homecoming with Richard Seymour.
Uh-huh.
And we remember Bill Belichick, clam-faced chowderhead. We remember
Yeah.
him.
Hell yeah.
You know, remember how miserable he is and how he hates us. We don't forget nothing.
None of it.
Good.
Listen, it's got to be done on the field, and we're going to do our part as Jet fans. And that's all we could do.
Fireman Ed, he called you fat the other day.
Yeah, I did.
What's that all about?
I did, Fireman Ed. I'm looking at you now.
Nah, Fireman
It's
Ed
not-
would ragdoll you. He would
Absolutely.
muffet you right
I
now.
never said, and I never said he would.
He would
I never said
ragdoll
it.
you.
And I would take it, and I would stand back up like a man.
We don't know.
Yeah.
After Fireman
I
Ed
do-
gets
I
his
do
mitts
know.
on you?
Maybe I have to go to the hospital. I don't care.
Hey, Fireman Ed, what the seats that you're in for the games? I assume you're a season ticket holder. They help you out.
Yes.
Can we get him with you during the Jets-Patriots game at MetLife Stadium this year? Can we make a thing out of this?
Well, as long as the fans don't lynch him. I mean, you know,
That's fine.
there's nothing I can do about that.
That's fine.
There's nothing I can do about that. I mean, you know.
Hey, he's a fireman, but I ain't saving you.
Nope.
Duty to protect him.
That's okay. I'll get a bubble.
He retired from that. He did retire from firefighting, but never from his Jets fandom. Can't wait for you two to meet each other.
Hell yeah.
Can't wait for this season for you guys. I think it's going to be much better than the ones have been in the past, and we appreciate you making time for us, Fireman Ed.
Hey, you guys are the best. I love the Pat McAfee Show. Pat, you're legendary, man. When you go on that WWE, man, that just blows my mind, man. You are a athlete.
Thank you.
Unbelievable.
Thank you.
Unbelievable. But listen, say hello to AJ Hawk. I love AJ. Hey, Connor, we're all good.
All right.
All right, good.
Fireman
It's
Ed.
all, it's all
Love it.
bad.
We're personal.
It's all bad.
Love you, Fireman Ed.
It's just
Hey,
football.
We're all Americans. We're all Americans.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
That's what matters.
Hell yeah.
All right.
Thank you for your service
So
to the
thank
community.
you. Thanks for having me on.
Hell yeah, you got it. Ladies and gentlemen, J-E-T-S,
Why you doing this? Why you doing
Jets, super fan, Fireman Ed. Thank you. How about it?
I'd run through a fucking wall for that guy.
Yeah, we're all Americans.
I wouldn't. But that ending was great. That ending was great. I will say,
He's a genuine soul.
before the Jets chant from the AJ Hawk to the United States, we're all Americans. That was fantastic.
Oh, so he kind of put you in a blender there a little bit.
No, he didn't. But
Yeah, he did.
I
Just like
won't-
yesterday, you were in a blender.